And I don't know what's going on with Kevin Stefanski. It's almost as if, and I don't even want to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's like he don't want Shedeur to do well. Like when he played well the first game, he was so off-putting. Like, oh yeah, well, we'll see what happens next. Like he should. Oh, he played great, man. He exceeded our expectations. He didn't say none of that. And so to me, it's as if they want him to fail so they can justify doing what they want to do.
Shannon Sharpe just dropped a bombshell that's got the entire NFL world shook. The Hall of Famer didn't hold back when he exposed what's really happening behind closed doors in Cleveland, and it's uglier than anyone imagined. It's almost as if you don't want Shedeur to do well. Shannon fired off about Kevin Stefanski, and what he revealed next will make your jaw drop. We're talking about sabotage, insider information from inside the Browns building, and a conspiracy that goes all the way to the top. The truth about why Shedeur Sanders, the most electrifying young quarterback in the league, is being set up to fail is about to be exposed. And trust me, you're not ready for what Shannon's about to reveal. Look, I've been covering sports for years, and I've seen some shady stuff go down. But what Shannon Sharpe exposed about the Cleveland Browns and their treatment of Shedeur Sanders, this is next-level dysfunction, and it's about to blow your mind.
From my assessment, y'all, they don't want a controversy. That's how they don't want a because we know what Flacco can do. Why does Flacco start in the game? We know what he can do. He led y'all to the playoffs the last time y'all let him play. So if you're trying to figure out who you gonna play in case Flacco gets hurt, Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur, you let them split the game. Tyler Huntley's getting cut tomorrow.
Yeah.
You let them battle it out. And so to me, it was like, wow, you put him in with guys that's gonna be on the street tomorrow. They all getting cut, Shannon. Everybody Shedeur played with, they getting cut tomorrow or Monday. And so you didn't get this man a fighting chance to compete. He went into a gunfight with 2 knives. He gonna lose that every time.
Let me paint you the picture of what went down that has Shannon Sharpe absolutely livid. We're talking about a preseason game where the Browns had the perfect opportunity to evaluate their future, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel battling it out for that backup spot behind Joe Flacco. But instead, they set Shedeur up for failure in the most disrespectful way possible. TJ, Shannon's guest who clearly knows what he's talking about, broke it down perfectly. They don't want a controversy. Why does Flacco starting the game? We know what he can do. But here's where it gets insane. Instead of giving these young quarterbacks a fair shot with the starting offense, they threw Shedeur in there with players who were getting cut the next day. Picture this. You're Shedeur Sanders, 5th-round draft pick with something to prove, son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, and you finally get your shot. But instead of getting the weapons and protection that the starters get, they hand you a bunch of practice squad guys who are about to be unemployed. TJ put it perfectly. He went into a gunfight with 2 knives. He gonna lose that every time. This wasn't an accident, people. This was calculated. This was intentional sabotage disguised as evaluation. Shannon saw right through it, and he wasn't having any of it. But wait, it gets so much worse. The most telling moment came when they had a 2-minute drill situation. Perfect opportunity to see how Shedeur handles pressure, right? Wrong. They gave those crucial snaps to Tyler Huntley, a guy who was about to be on the street the next morning. Shannon's reaction? Pure disbelief. Why are you giving a guy 2-minute situation when that guy's going to be on the street in the next couple of days?
The length of the field, they win that game. The fans gonna be saying, Shedeur our quarterback. Shedeur should be our starter. Shedeur should be the guy that starts game 1, week 1. Look what he did. They didn't want that to happen. And I don't know what's going on with Kevin Stefanski. It's almost as if, and I don't even want to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's like he don't want Shedeur to do well. Like when he played well the first game, he was so off-putting. Like, oh yeah, well, we'll see what happens next. Like he should. Oh, he played great, man. He exceeded our expectations. He didn't say none of that. And so to me, it's as if they want him to fail so they can justify doing what they want to do. But man, listen. The way when Dylan Gabriel, and I know Dylan Gabriel, and I like Dylan Gabriel. I know him personally. Very good dude. When he made the entertainers and competitors comment, man, Shannon, if that was me,
Here's where Shannon dropped the nuclear bomb that explains everything. The real reason they sabotaged Shedeur. Fear. Pure, unadulterated fear of what would happen if he actually succeeded. Shannon laid it out. If Shedeur take them down there, drive down the length of the field, they win that game. The fans going to be saying, Shedeur, our quarterback, Shedeur should be our starter. They were terrified that this young man would come in and show them up. Imagine that, an organization so insecure about their decision-making that they'd rather set up their own draft pick for failure than risk him proving them wrong. That's not coaching, that's cowardice. And Kevin Stefanski? Shannon called him out by name. It's almost as if you don't want Shedeur to do well. Like when he played well the first game, he was so off-putting. Instead of celebrating when Shedeur performed, Stefanski acted like it was an inconvenience. No excitement, no proper praise, just cold, calculated indifference. But here's the thing that really gets me fired up. Shedeur Sanders has handled this disrespect with more class and maturity than grown men twice his age. When Dillon Gabriel made that entertainers and competitors comment that everyone knew was aimed at him, how did Shedeur respond? With grace, with professionalism, with the kind of character that you can't teach. TJ, who knows Dillon Gabriel personally, admitted what we all suspected. When I first heard it, I'm like, oh, he talking about Shedeur. Even he couldn't deny the obvious shot being taken. But Shedeur? He took the high road, handled it like a champion, and kept his focus on football. Meanwhile, you've got grown coaches playing petty games and setting up elaborate scenarios to make a 22-year-old kid fail. Who's the real professional here? The conspiracy runs deeper than just Kevin Stefanski, though. Shannon revealed the smoking gun that proves this goes all the way to the top. The owner came out and said, this is not the player I wanted. Shedeur is not my pick. Let that sink in. The owner publicly undermined his own draft pick before the kid even had a real chance to prove himself. This isn't just bad coaching. This is organizational malpractice. Jimmy Haslam tied Stefanski's hands from day one. And now we're watching a talented young quarterback get sacrificed on the altar of executive ego. But here's what makes this whole situation even more infuriating. The Cleveland Browns are literally a quarterback away from being championship contenders. Shannon broke it down perfectly. The Cleveland Browns are a quarterback away from being competitive with anybody because of that defense and the skill guys that they have. They've got the pieces. They've got the defense. They've got the weapons. But instead of developing the future franchise quarterback sitting right there on their bench, they're playing games with 38-year-old Joe Flacco and journeyman who won't be in the league in 2 years. Look at what Jackson Dart is doing in New York right now. The fans are demanding he starts. They're asking when, not if, he takes over. And you know what Shannon asked? You think they want that in Cleveland? They should. They should want it. But they don't, because they're more concerned with protecting egos than winning football games. The comparison to Anthony Richardson is absolutely devastating too. Shannon called it out. They say this guy's a project, and you throw him out there week 1. What project? The same people who rushed Richardson into action before he was ready are now refusing to give Shedeur a legitimate opportunity to show what he can do. It's backwards. It's hypocritical. And it's exactly the kind of thinking that keeps organizations stuck in mediocrity. But let's talk about what Shedeur brings to the table that has these coaches so shook. TJ described those throws he was making. Those aren't easy throws. He was throwing BBs. This isn't some developmental project who needs 3 years to figure out how to read a defense. This is a polished, NFL-ready talent who's being held back by petty politics. And the awareness? The maturity? Shannon highlighted something that proves Shedeur gets it on a level that most rookies never reach. He knows no matter where he is, the cameras are on him. If he's on the sideline getting Gatorade, the cameras are on him. That's franchise quarterback mentality right there. The kid understands the spotlight. He understands the pressure. He's been preparing for this his entire life, growing up around prime time, learning what it takes to succeed at the highest level. Yet here we are, watching coaches try to dim his light because they're intimidated by his confidence. Speaking of confidence, can we address the elephant in the room? The reason some people have a problem with Shedeur Sanders isn't his ability. It's his bloodline. It's his confidence. It's the fact that he carries himself like he belongs, and that makes insecure people uncomfortable. Primetime said it best. Don't let my confidence offend your insecurities. That's exactly what we're seeing in Cleveland. Shedeur walks in with swagger, with belief in himself, with the kind of unshakable confidence that championship quarterbacks possess, and it threatens people who aren't secure in their own positions. But here's what they don't understand. That confidence isn't arrogance. It's preparation meeting opportunity. It's a young man who's been raised right, who's put in the work, who understands what it takes to succeed at this level. TJ put it perfectly. Every professional athlete, man, we all had the utmost confidence. That's how you make it this far. You don't reach the NFL by being timid. You don't become a starting quarterback by apologizing for believing in yourself. The modern NFL is a quarterback league, period. Shannon broke down the AFC North competition. You got 2 games against Joe Burrow. You got 2 games against Lamar Jackson. If you're trying to compete in that division without a legitimate answer at quarterback, you're already defeated before you step on the field. Joe Flacco might win you 4 or 5 games, but he's not your future. He's not going to lead you to a division title. He's not going to get you to a Super Bowl. At some point, you have to invest in tomorrow, and Shedeur Sanders is tomorrow. The quarterback position is the most complex, demanding role in all of sports. Shannon explained it perfectly. Being a quarterback, you basically going to med school. You studying to be an attorney. You studying to be a neurosurgeon. It requires intelligence, leadership, arm talent, and mental toughness. Shedeur Sanders has all of those qualities. He's shown it in college, he's shown it in limited NFL action, and he's shown it in how he's handled this disrespectful situation with class and maturity. But instead of developing that talent, instead of building around it, instead of giving him the support system he needs to succeed, the Browns are playing political games that serve nobody except fragile egos in the front office. Here's the bottom line that Shannon Sharpe understands and Kevin Stefanski apparently doesn't. If you fall on your face, you fall on your face. But you getting a chance with me because if I win with Shedeur and I'm Kevin Stefanski, I have a lifetime of security. A coach secure in his abilities would be excited about the possibility of developing a franchise quarterback. A coach with vision would see Shedeur Sanders as his ticket to long-term success. Instead, we're watching a coach who's more worried about short-term politics than championship building. The saddest part of all this? Shedeur Sanders is going to be a star in this league. Whether it's in Cleveland or somewhere else, this young man has all the tools to be special. The only question is whether the Browns will be smart enough to recognize it before it's too late. Right now, they're wasting a generational talent because of organizational dysfunction and coaching insecurity. They're letting politics override football sense. They're choosing mediocrity over excellence. But mark my words, Shedeur Sanders will have the last laugh. Champions always do. The truth is finally out there, thanks to Shannon Sharpe's courage to speak up. The Cleveland Browns are sabotaging their own future because they're too proud to admit they might have found something special in the 5th round. But don't let them fool you with their explanations and excuses. This isn't about development or competition, or any of that corporate speak. This is about fear, insecurity, and the kind of small-minded thinking that keeps organizations trapped in cycles of failure. Shedeur Sanders deserves better. The fans deserve better. And honestly, the game of football deserves better than watching talent get wasted because of petty politics and fragile egos. What do you think? Are the Browns sabotaging their own future? Is Kevin Stefanski threatened by Shedeur's potential? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from real football fans who can see through the BS. And if you're tired of the mainstream media covering up these stories, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We're the only channel brave enough to tell you what's really happening behind the scenes in the NFL. Don't let them silence the truth.